be getting some rest.
Sid's gonna chop off Kupka's head this time.
You were born in Russellif, weren't you? Must be hard. Hearing what we're doing in the place.
How's it coming along?
Nearly there. Just need to get these last boards.
Blackthorn.
What's it look?
I have a commission for it. She requires, Do you think you can make them?
Bloody hell. What's she planning to build with this stuff? An airship? I'll see what I can do. Tell her I'll bring them over when I'm done.
My thanks. And mids, no doubt.
Was wondering where Mid's back from Canva.
Just now, she's planning to set up a workshop in the store. Here's the list. Think you can find...
This lot,
Excellent.
it's paid. 100 times over by what that girl. If it weren't for her filters, we'd have naught to drink but blood.
Indeed it would.
I'll send the stuff on to...
Thank you. That just leaves the carpenter. Let's see if Bardolph's available.
Is it business or pleasure? Quite the opposite. Like father, like daughter. You live mid...
Back, are ya? Summer storm, that one. I'll make me...
It's all right.
Do with a good oil in this, kid. Should be enough to keep us going. How do, Master Sid?
Bardolph. Mid's looking to build a workshop in the storeroom, and she needs the aid of a skilled carpenter. So naturally I thought of you.
Well, I'd love to help the young miss however I can. But I'm afraid I got my hands full just keeping this place afloat. There's holes. I'd gladly spare Mid all the time I have, but... It don't have to be me, though, does it? You know, the one over at Martha's Rest.
That's right. I'll ask Martha if she can spare.
That Bernard's as good a carpenter as you'll find, by all accounts. I reckon my old man...
Stay sharp. We don't know when those bastards will be back.
Well, we do know one thing. They'll be getting a proper Rosarian welcome.
Martha tells me you and your friends drove the Dalmex out of Rosalith. You're a true hero, Sid.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Well, can't exactly leave old Martha in the lurch after everything she's done for us.
Perhaps I'd live longer if I bade this town farewell. But I've grown rather fond of the old place.
I'll price them turnips.
To Rosalith's aid when the Republicans attacked. I'd have been running in the opposite direction, as fast as my poor legs would carry me.
Ah, Clive.
Our home finds itself in need of an extra carpenter.
I don't mind if he don't. We're all friends.
Thank you, Martha.
He went up to Cressida on business. No, as far as I know, he's still there.
I'll look for him there.
Don't ask me what Bernard's doing in Cressida. He'll have his reasons, though, I'm sure.
Teach me how to fight.
Naught but wild beasts, this end. All their twisted talons and gruesome maws used to turn my stomach. That was before I heard...
Good girl. Run like the wind.
If it ain't the lad who saved my life.
You do, Bernard. Martha said I might find you here.
Oh, do you? Building a workshop, you say? Well, that beats tacking boards to bridges, sure enough. And if Martha didn't mind me being gone a while, then neither do I. You just tell me where you want me. I couldn't...
Of course.
Well, that there is Cressida, where I grew up. But I came up here hoping to visit. I even patched up the bridge to get across. Only to find the place crawling with fiends. But you're a dab hand when it comes to dealing.
It's the least I can do.
Well, thank you kindly. I'd be much obliged if you could rid the old place of nasties. And so would my ma and pa, I'm sure.
This shouldn't take long.
Stop!
That should do it.
Thank you, son.
How long is it since the...
Oh, people started packing their things after the duchy fell. Between the Blight and the Imperial... Oh, it may as well have been a century, looking at the place.
I'm sorry.
Ah, don't be. Can't live in the past. Soon as I'm done saying a prayer for those that raised me, I'll meet you there.
That should take care of Mid's little list. Better head back before she thinks of anything else. This is no time to ride. I needed that.
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again.
Shouldn't you be getting some rest?
All right, Clive?
I am. I've placed your various orders.
That's brilliant.
Is there...
Nope. Blackthorn and Lady Karen have already sent over everything out, so as soon as Bernard gets here, we can...
That's my good deed for the day done. Let's see how Jill's faring.
Did Bernard say how long he was going to be? I mean, it's fine, but I hope he comes soon.
Blackthorn may be the manliest of men, but he does lack a certain tenderness. Boots, meanwhile, is his...
Clive.
Talia.
Recovering. Butch?
Of course. Take good care of her, won't
I'll do my best. Oh, Gav was looking for you. He said he had something to show you in the shelves.
The shelves? Oh, that's right. He went to ask Hippocrates. He must have found...
Don't keep Gav waiting. He seemed excited.
I'm feeling a lot better, thanks to Talia's remedies. But she insists I rest.
You have the look of a man with the twins upon his shoulders, Rodrigue.
Talia has tasked me with removing a Cursebreaker's brand. I don't think I can do it. I'm afraid of what happens if I fail. You survived, I know, but there as many die. Is it really worth the risk?
You don't need me to answer that. You know full well what we're fighting for. I hope as much as you that one day bearers can walk among others as equals. But until that day, a brand is a burden, and we must lift that burden. The operation may be dangerous, but it's also essential.
I know. But griping about my lot helps no one, I suppose.
I know you will.
Unfortunately, the first thing that needs doing is the preparation of a draft. Something I can't do with the infirmary's ammonia supply so low. What few leaves we have would...
Just tell me what
You'll go. No one knows Herblord like Talia, and she swears by ammonia. Unfortunately for you, I do. Along the river near the village of Amber. If we could get ammonia to grow here in the hideaway, we wouldn't have to risk our lives to gather it.
Here, what's everyone whispering about?
Haven't you heard? Mid's back. Things are about to get interesting around here.
Do you have a moment, Sid? A team of Cursebreakers...
Which team?
Coles. They were sent to liberate a carriage of bearers before they could be smuggled to... They were moving in for their assault when the carriage was attacked by goblins. A Cursebreaker managed to release a Stolas amid the confusion, but... They should be back by now, but I've heard nothing from... I can't help but worry.
They know the work is dangerous. But I'm sure they're fine.
But what if I've got them all killed? Before they go out, I always remind them why we're doing this. What they escaped. But I never really thought how my words might affect them. What risks they might take because of the things I've...
I'll go and find them.
Thank you, Sid. The plan was to intercept the slaver somewhere in the Dragon's Eyrie.
That should be enough to go on. If they were there, Torgal will track them down.
We're lucky that Stolas escaped the Dragon's Eyrie unscathed. Without it, we would never even have known that Cole's team had been attacked.
Do with a good oiling.
Should be enough to keep us going.
was easy enough to find. Now for those herbs. Get surrounded. This is the only plant around here with blue flowers. I hope it's the right one. Should be enough to keep the infirmary stocked for a while. Hopefully this will put Rodriguez's mind at ease.
I don't care what my dad says. I've made up my mind. I'm joining the garrison. 2 meals a day and my own sword? It's more than I'll get staying here my whole life.
I ain't got much, but what's mine is yours, for a price. Much obliged. You won't be disappointed. There you are. You won't be disappointed.
We're going hunting for outpath.
There was a time my husband might have stood up to those men. Though back then, he wouldn't have needed to.
2 more left to join the garrison this very morn.
At this rate, there'll be none left to help with the harvest.
Word is, Port Isolde's closed her gates to all but the highborn, and now great camps run up along the wall.
Stay in
The house garrison's always looking for new men, you know. I mean, I've never been much of a fighter myself, but if it's that or growing turnips for the rest of my days...
Look around you. We cannot afford to lose any more than we already have. Please, leave us be.
safe.
us unawares, did you? The victims at the Viceroy's culling have been buried, but they will not be forgotten. We Guardians won't let this happen again.
Took everything.
Not everything. You still have your life, and it's up to you to decide what you do with it.
Let's go.
Much of Rosalith was lost to Kupka and his men, but the better part of it remains, thanks to you, Lord Rosfield. Your father would be proud, as are we all. May the blessing of the Firebird go with you, always.
What survivors Brother Wade found in Rosalith were brought here. Their numbers were far, far too few. But that there were any at all is thanks to you, Lord Rosfield.
What is it you require? It has been an honor.
Ready, go? Be safe.
Get me back on my feet, or tear that...
Cole, I'm glad you're in one piece.
Just about.
Doris sent me to find you. She hasn't heard anything since the attack.
I sent a runner to the Dame in Northreach. The hideaway should have learned of our survival yesterday.
Well, I'm here now. And it looks like you freed the bearers.
Only I want to help them, Sid. But we're barely in any state to protect those few we did save.
You made the right decision.
The goblins may still be...
You have duties to attend to here.
All right. Just follow the pot. And please, hurry. If the beastman gets those...
I won't let that.
Thank you.
Don't thank me, just...
When the goblins drove off the Slaver's Guard, I thought they might be doing us a favor. Damn fool.
They're trying to get into the carriage. friend. Why didn't you flee with the others? If the goblins had made it through that...
Why should we run? One miserable death's no worse than another.
Perhaps. But we're here to give you another choice. Freedom, safety. The life you've been denied.
Sid, I couldn't... You weren't too late then.
This man risked his life to save you.
Fine. Do?
What we'll do with you is take you to safety.
You can leave the rest to us, Sid.
Thank you.
My team needs proper medical attention, but we'll get our new companion settled first.
Why risk your lives to free the likes of us? What could you possibly gain?
Sid, welcome back. If I'd just waited a little longer, I might... Or maybe I wouldn't.
Cole and the others got home safely.
No, I was lucky. I've been tracking that slaver for months, and then I sent Cole and you after them, woefully unprepared. What kind of leader sends people into danger without considering all the risks? I should have urged greater caution, told Cole to be wary, to pull back at the first sign of trouble.
We swore the same oath as you, Doris.
It's good to see you safe and well, Cole. I'm sorry.
With all due respect, we Cursebreakers don't risk our lives because you commanded of us. We risk them because we believe in our cause. No one with doubts ever joins our ranks. The agony of removing the brand more than sees to that.
We all know how much bravery that takes.
Cole, I never doubted your courage. Only my ability to see it put to good use. Thank you for your faith in me. I'm not sure I deserve it. I sometimes wonder if I might prefer to risk death alongside the others than ask it of them. But I'm a Cursebreaker. I swore an oath too. I have a role to play, and I must trust that I'm the right one to play it.
You will. In time.
I didn't mean to doubt my comrades, but I couldn't leave them out there either.
Been doing Mid's bidding, have you? Yeah, she's lonely.
I hope you didn't have too much trouble finding the ammonia.
Only the usual.
Oh, yes. This is it. And more than I was expecting. I dare say the patient won't feel a thing. That is, unless I...
You'll do fine. Talia trusts you, which means I trust you. The hideaway would be lost without skilled physicers like yourself.
Thank you for the kind words. Truly. But... I'm sorry. I'm still terrified. The brand is more than just ink on flesh. It's a death sentence. Milk of the wyvern tail lurking just below the surface of the skin. One ill-conceived incision, a single slip, and the poison fouls the patient's blood. Failure means death, and even success means tremendous pain. Days of agony as the wound heals. I became a physiker to help people, not to kill them. I don't want to kill anyone.
Cursebreakers lead hard lives, and the operation is only the beginning. They toil in the shadows, risking life and limb, knowing their efforts will win them neither glory nor acclaim, And yet we have no shortage of volunteers. The day I decided that I would take Sid's name was the same day Taya took my brand.
I remember. It wasn't long after we came here. What little medicine Taya managed to salvage from the wreckage of the old place had been used up treating the wounded. She begged that your operation be delayed until a new supply of antalgics was found. Procedure was even more dangerous back then. Only a few souls had undertaken it. Doris, Cole, a handful of other curse breakers, and those who are no longer with us. Those who lost their lives in the process. It wasn't something to be done lightly.
No. But it was something I had to do, if I was to take Sid's name. He always led from the front, and never asked anyone to take a risk for his cause that he was unwilling to take himself, even if he knew that it might cost him his life.
Hold still, Clive! Hold still!
I knew there'd be pain. That I might not survive. And I was afraid. But I also knew that if I didn't overcome that fear, that pain, then I would never be able to call myself Sid.
I didn't know.
We all want our brands removed. But it's a decision each of us must make for ourselves, on our own terms. Rodrigue, I know your work isn't easy, but neither is going under the knife. Be a shoulder for your patients to lean on. Stay strong for them.
You sound like Taya. Do you know what she once told me? It's natural for a patient to feel like they're suffering in solitude. And it's a physicist's duty to see that they don't. Thank you for helping me remember that. I won't falter. Not again. I'm sorry I let my fear get the better of me. I'm ready to be stronger. For the hideaway. For all of us.
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again. Jill looked white as a sheet when they brought her.
Clive, I've been wanting to ask you something. Where did you get him? Like, in the first place?
My father. They were crossing a snowfield when they heard his cries, and were seeing no sign of his pack.
What do you reckon, Holmes?
It certainly adds weight to the theory, Clive. I believe that Torgal may be no mere hound, but a rare frostwolf, an animal native to the far northern reaches of Valisthea. In one of our oldest bestiaries, I found reference to a frostwolf who served as guardian to an ancient queen of the north. Such was his mastery over ether, he could cast magics on command. His name was Fenrir.
Fenrir the Frostwolf.
Now, the annals do not state it explicitly, but I have reason to believe this queen was a dominant of Shiva, a girl from the Northern Territories and her faithful hound. One awakens as the dominant of Shiva, and the other?
You're saying that Jill granted Torgal his powers?
What?
Just like Fenrir. People called him my hound, but Torgal and Jill were inseparable. He grew up as a faithful companion to the dominant just when his master needed him the most.
You're right. If it weren't for Torgal blasting those bastards to Kingdom Come, Jill would have been for it.
Quite. Though Torgal's power is his own, his latent birthright as a Frostwolf. It had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get you, Torgal!
You're an even finer hound than we thought.
And regarding your original concern, you need not fear for Torgal's health. Why, the beast has the appetite of a behemoth. Just this very morn, I found him with his nose buried.
There you are! I've been looking everywhere for you. Bernard, I need you to introduce us so we can get...
I shall. It is.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. But I promise I'll pay you back. I'm gonna work my fingers, just you wait. I'll make wonders.
Then I look forward to... Now that that's settled, I wonder if Vivian's made any progress tracking down Kupka.
for letting me do this, Clive. I'll pay you back, I promise.
We have everything we need to begin work in earnest.
And work in earnest we shall!
Thanks for before, son. That was a good deed you did me. Only right I do you one in return. Though I did wonder if I'd bit off more than I could chew when Mid showed me her plans for the place. If she hadn't been there to tell me what to do, I wouldn't have known where to start.
I wish Miss Midador would let us help her with her dungeoneering. I wonder what she's going to dungeoneer next.
Let's go and ask her.
I think I'll wait till Mid's away to take a tour of her dungeon. Don't want to get roped into her experiments.
Have you seen all the funny fanglements Mid's lined her workshop with? I've never seen anything like it.
She'll bring this whole place down if she's not careful.
I hear your scout made quite a hero of himself over in Rosalith.
Good to see you, Sid. Lovely weather, isn't it?
Blackthorn may be the manliest of men. Thank you, Sid, for coming back to us. You're the glue keeping this place together.
Finally got Mid out of your hair, have you? Enjoy the quiet. Doubt it'll last long.
I didn't mean to doubt my comrades, but I couldn't leave them out there either. I need to trust them more.
How goes the hunt for Kupka?
Largely in circles. We have myriad sightings of strange soldiers in unexpected places, but nothing definitive as yet. If only we knew for certain by what route he left Rosalith.
Well, keep at it. If anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you. And I'm willing to...
What? Here?
Would that be a problem?
Do you know, Clive? I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne. Your poor people would surely live in...
You have nothing to worry about on that front.
Clive, have you got a minute? We, have a guest.
A guest?
For your trouble.
It was a pleasure, in hindsight.
Uncle Byron?
Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens for your favourite uncle is here!
The Dalmekian government sues for peace. How shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmecs empty their treasuries for us.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Very good.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmex will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can, and once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmex to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, Your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on. Dion?
Yes, sire.
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
If that is your wish, Your Radiance, I shall depart at once. May Gregor forgive you.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
So Annabella's tales were true. You disappoint me, Dion.
What on earth is Uncle Byron doing here? Only one way to find out.
Better go and fetch your uncle then, eh?
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again. It's just one thing after another around here, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Well, fuck me. Never thought I'd see the day Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses came to tea.
Ah, my dear nephew.
How did you find this place, Uncle?
Through the good offices of young Sir Wayne. He really is the most helpful, as are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your heroics in Rosalith, which is why I came, to learn the full truth of the matter. Sort the fact from the fiction, so to speak.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde.
I was.
Then I have questions for you. Please, come inside, Uncle.
Gladly. You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
2,000?
And I'm afraid that is all I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde. Most intriguing.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea, Coco.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final piece of the puzzle has fallen into place. Come here and I'll show you. It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her Royal Navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift, and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance. No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
So it was the Waludas who... Now I think about it.
there was something a little strange. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if they believed, or were made to believe.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the Royalist trail across the Velcro. It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned. And where we're going.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy. Time waits for no man.
Ah, my favorite pupil. Lord Byron Rosfield. I heard tell. Why? How may I help you today? Here you are. The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
Mid's finished outfitting her little workshop, I hear. With a little help.
Otto, Kupka's at Drake's Fang.
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. All I'm after is Kupka's head. I won't risk any more than I have to. I promise.
The lands around the Fang are all Kupka's personal fiefdom. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalamil. Some call her the Desert Hare.
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's, and only Sid's. All I know is the name, and that they used to meet at the Dalamil Inn. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Sid might be able to bring her back into the fold.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
So, what about your uncle? I mean, he's welcome to stay, but...
Don't look so worried. He'll be coming with me.
Thank fuck for that.
Gav, Otto, I'm leaving you two in charge.
You can count on us. I heard they call Rosina the Desert Hare on account of how little escapes her ears. That and her hat.
What's wrong, Gav?
It's this gold your uncle gave us.
My uncle isn't easily refused. Especially...
But 2,000 talents. I don't even know how much that is in Gil.
It's the price of a quayside mansion in the Crystalline Dominion. He sold one to fund... He was hoping to part with it anyway. And, luckily for him, a Sambraquan noble was willing to pay over the odds for a foot...
But still, I mean, is it normal for nobles to give away that kind of money?
It's normal for my uncle.
Fuck me. Oh, the other half live, eh?
Well, now that we've got a few gills to rub together, do you think it'd be all right if I splashed out on a few bottles of Lost Twins?
Here, leave some for the rest of us, Otto. If he's filling his cellar, I'm filling our larder. Starting with a barrel of the best salt-cured...
I'll leave you to decide how best...
I've never seen a crate full of gill before, let alone two. Your uncle certainly knows how to make an entrance.
I heard they call Rosina the Desert Hare on account of that.
May the winds of fortune be forever at your back, Sid.
Don't say that. The last thing you need when you're crossing the desert is for the wind to pick up.
All right, Uncle. I'm ready to depart. Shall we?
We shall. Come, let us away to adventure. I was a young man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is. Come on.
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark them well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands. Many years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way together, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
He let me come with
you. I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand, bawling like a babe.
Who do you think those soldiers were in the inn?
Friends of friends, I'd wager. Not that they looked very friendly.
So, Lord Cook has finally made his move?
Yes. I expect that's why there's so many soldiers in town, to deal with any Imperial reprisals.
Ah, there she is. The good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
Look, there. Those are Ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stonehair. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that, then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal?
Would you rather be my squire?
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that? Yes, Your Grace. But you must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead skin, we'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Cooker, then.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you!
Uncle?
Sorry.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in Camber that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two.
Come on.
Friend.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Stay back, Uncle.
Gladly.
It's the outlaw! Take him!
Try it.
Bravo, my boy! Just like that!
For your trouble.
Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Now's our chance. Your Grace?
I'm fine.
Clive? What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Here, have a taste.
The most fragrant herbs and spices.
Made from the stoutest stoneware. Won't chip, won't crack, no matter how rocky the road.
How about a hot bath to soothe the aches and pains of the road?
Look, Father! Hot water! But where are the bearers who heated it?
It wasn't heated by magic. It comes out of the ground like this.
This town is truly blessed. The bustling markets, the healing waters, and all under the watchful eye of Lord Kupka, who stands ready to crush any threat that might face us.
Ah, they've closed the road. And it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare cannot.
Rosina Dalamil. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Sid. Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means. The wealthiest and most successful members of their communities. I'll wager this Rosina Dalamil is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's Fang anytime soon.
Well, it's not like we've got a reason to. Whatever this emergency is, they've shut down the whole mine for it.
Crystal delivery's over. Get back to your homes.
I didn't get one.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal.
How many times do I have to tell you? It's not a toy. Are you looking for something in particular? Here you are. An excellent choice. Thank you for your custom.
The gate is closed by order of Lord Kupka. Any attempt to gain passage to Drake's Fang?
Light it, for Gilbert's sake. You're a bearer, aren't you? I was a fool to waste good coin on you.
Anything I can help you with?
Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest trading houses of Port Isolde. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalamil's leading entrepreneurs. If only we knew where to find them.
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets, and our smithies. I suppose you could do worse than stuff.
Thank you. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a lady by the name of Rosina Dalamil, would you?
No, I can't say I do.
Well, thank you all.
Dalamil is famous for its spas, its markets, and its smithies. Somebody at one of those might be able to help you.
What do you want?
I won't keep you long. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil.
Never heard of her. Is that...
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town...
Well, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smithy this side of the... The owner's only a young sprig. But he's got all the right ideas.
The Briar's Kiss, you say?
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience. Believe you me.
That boy at the Briar's Kiss is a real talent. People flock from miles around to buy his steel.
This river runs all the way to the southern seas. They used to load the crystal onto barges and sail it to the villages downstream. Before the canyons were lost to beasts and bandits. When I was a girl, I would wave to the boatmen as they set off on their long journey, and they would throw me sweet.
Light it, for Gilbert's sake.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal.
How many times do I have to tell you? It's not a toy.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm a long-standing pillar of your community, I believe.
Then you should ask Ferda. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand. Try the baths. That's what.
Thank you.
Ask for Ferda at the baths. If this woman you're looking for is still around.
Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Furder knows.
Sweet incense, wax candles.
Just look at the detail, the craftsmanship. You're looking at a future family heirloom.
Excuse me.
I am. Can I help you?
I hope so. You've lived here for some time, is that? Do you know Rosina Dalamil? We believe she may...
And what business do you have with...
She was a close friend of mine.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an introduction. I know who you're looking for. Go to the bordello and wait there.
Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think he trusts us.
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around.
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it.
Who are you working for?
He wanted us to test you.
Though one could hardly call that a test.
Lord Furder?
Look what the cat dragged in.
Your skill with the blade is rare and a fitting talent for an outlaw.
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the men of the Rock and collect...
That isn't my decision. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She...
Yes, my lord. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
To the Lock of Leisure.
You have passed the test, Sid. Off you go now. Rosina Dalamil awaits.
It's all the fault of this blasted war. The moment they find out you're from the Empire, they flat out refuse to do business with you.
1,000 gil for a measly bunch of Gazal greens.
I named my price. If you can't pay it, that's your problem.
Fucking men of the wrong. Anytime they pull their snouts out of Cook's trough is when they want to lord it over us.
let me treat you. I'm pretty flush these days.
Are you now?
The inn's a mess of blood-soaked splinters, thanks to you. The least you can do is let us clean up in peace. I told the guard those soldiers started it. Don't need any more trouble.
Shut.
Is this the place?
Lubor's Forge. The Briar's Kiss.
Ah, so it was the young sprig after all. So much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman of experience. How wrong I was.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her. Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means. I'd say he deserves our respect.
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Furder told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second.
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're going to listen to this swaggering scruff!
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that, assuming he is an ally, of course.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man. But enough of the pleasantries. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid.
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders...
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey.
What did you...
My apologies. A word of advice. Follow the crystal. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for...
Ha! It will be easy. Solving his little rip. Let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not drag...
thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dalamil.
He's not Sid. He can't be. What, are you calling Master Lubor a liar?
The misfortune Dalamil finds herself in is of a crystalline nature. So do be discreet in your inquiries,
Master Lubor has high expectations of you. Don't disappoint him.
Excuse me. Is it true there's been trouble with crystals of...
You've heard, then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves. Pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light our stoves. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us, these lot. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market, either. There's cartloads of crystal coming out of Drake's Fang every day. Meanwhile, we're all having to get by with half-spent shards. Someone's siphoning it off.
You rest, girl. You've earned it.
A deposit? For what?
Information, my good man. Now, listen carefully.
The juiciest meat from
Kneaded
Green's
to a
red
silken
bird.
softness,
One bite and you'll
like
be
eating a
begging
cloud
for
with a
more.
crust.
You wouldn't believe how much he gave me.
Well, I hope you gave as good as you got.
What can I do for you, soldier?
I'm not a soldier.
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the Rock and the...
You have an agreement with...
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. With pockets deeper... No, just leave, will you? Do you think they'll be back soon? I need a new dress. If they pay anything like last time, you'll be able to buy a whole new wardrobe.
Do you have a moment?
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages.
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hour. The men of the Rock throw their money about like there's no...
Is that so? I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. They'll probably be back at the inn by now.
The men of the Rock are Lord Cook's private guard. He must be a generous man. The amount they spend when they come calling.
A word of advice, traveller. You see pots like this around town, you leave them alone. Unlike where you come from, fresh water's in short supply around these parts. We store what little rainwater we get in these pots for, well, not a rainy day, but you know what I mean.
Clumsy lout. If anything's damaged, it's the lash.
What was all that crashing and banging about before?
It's about as town as the guard I heard.
It's you. What do you want?
I'm looking for my pal.
The gentleman who was with you?
Thank you.
The inn's a mess of blood-soaked splinters, thanks to you. The least you can do is let us clean up in peace. I told the guard those soldiers...
Huh?
Will this suffice?
By the sands. That's a black pearl.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy to...
All right, but not here.
What are you doing, Unc?
Let me treat you. I'm pretty flush these days.
Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey, and I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I had no luck, of course. It's but my uncharacteristic indiscretion. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystallized sort if I...
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd asked for more. A second-rate specimen like a small price to pay for admittance to the But enough about my little act of subterfuge.
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening... It just goes to show, one should never underestimate a Rosfield. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support, if things turn sour.
Of course.
I need to drink.
Fucking men of the wrong. Anytime they pull their snouts out of Kupka's trophies.
$1,000 gil for a measly bunch of Gazal green.
Won't you come and play, handsome?
Plates and pots!
Do you think they'll be back soon? I need a new dress.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven. Take a sniff, good sir.
The finest fabrics, fresh from the...
Let's go.
Yeah!
I'll take it from here.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my...
All the silver and stones I could scrape to get...
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objection...
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, Miles. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing.
Royalists?
Why? To collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion. And, being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed...
Did you get all that?
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them. Kill them both!
Not over yet, Uncle.
Good! I'm just getting warmed up. Fire and flame! The next one's mine! Well, how'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage.
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that's for the best.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly. Buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and conspiring with the Royalists. Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army. Until you two came along, that is. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon. It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
Well, Clive. You held up your end of the bargain, so to tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have all... And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way.
Thank you. And you still have the purse I gave to the soldiers I trust.
Oh, dear.
And my name is not Greybeard.
No. Thank you very much, Greybeard.
Of all the...
Here, wear this. Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a...
Thank you.
And please, feel free to send one of my... Tell them that Rosina Dalamil is back in bed with Sid.
Omia Lostelan. Tu Isakelis.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive. So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then, I wish you a safe journey.
Thank you.
Not at all.
Come on, Uncle.
You wish to talk? You and I... What? Alas. Still... Ours is a blessed corner of the Velcroy. At least they did. So... How very fitting. Of course, there's simply no other way. Don't be a stranger.
I've never even forged a butter knife before. Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at Mike.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Oh, wait. Are you Clive? Sorry. I'm Sava, Master Luber's least soon-to-be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable to make a decent bit of kitchenware. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of Dalamil. I don't suppose you have any idea what he's on about, do you?
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask. It was that, or pack my bags.
I could give you a hand if you like. I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been.
I'd be a fool.
So?
Good question. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of Dalamil.
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Loop. We need information.
You're right. There's no point now. There's plenty of folk in Dalamil who use knives for a live. There's the butcher, of course. They're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of their... Right. I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to the butcher, and anyone else you can think of.
All right.
Let's hope that someone says something useful.
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I'd better get to it.
Well, this is no good. I was hoping to get out of the heat for a little while.
Is it true what I'm hearing? That the men of the rock were carting off our crystals for themselves?
It would make a fine gift for your beloved.
She'll look at you.
Kneaded to a silken softness.
Welcome, sir.
A question. I need to know what makes a good carving knife.
You a blacksmith or something?
Something.
Fair enough. Knives, is it? First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat, no problem, but give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block.
So a knife that stays sharp.
Put a knife with an edge like Odin's razor in my hand, and I'll make short work of any carcass.
The baths are, closed for scrubbing. Please bear with us a little longer.
Silver platter! Hanging lanterns!
Ha! They've opened the gate!
Lubor was true to his word.
Well, we can make our way back to the Fang now, at least.
Yeah, but what would be the point? With the mine still closed.
What is it?
Sorry.
Hunter?
I have a question. Can you tell me what makes a good carving knife?
Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with a brittle blade. Your knife snaps every time you use it. You'll be spending coin as fast as...
Thank you.
All business, eh?
So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Can't you see I'm busy? Unless you'd like a closer look at my knives.
Just look at the... Made from the stoutest stoneware. Fresh bread, warm from the oven. Here.
Yeah, the carpets have pride of place.
So, you learn anything useful?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp.
All the cook said was that he needs his knives too heavy and...
So we're no better off than when we start. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his... But that can't be right. I've bandied enough words with him. No. We must be missing something.
No doubt you're right. I have to make a start soon.
Agreed.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But it's hardy enough if you don't hammer it too thin, and it sharpens up nicely with a bit of effort. Trouble is, it's either durable or it's light. Meaning someone is going to be disappointed. Forge Master Lubor.
Is there no one else you can turn to? Someone who knows them?
The other apprentices know better than to help me with my test. A merchant. A favourite of Forge Master Lubor's, who sells metals to tradesmen passing. I bet she'd know a thing or two.
Ready, girl? Run like the wind. Any luck? Or will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but...
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, they're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as... But adamantite ore is unique to Ash.
And it's beyond my skill.
Unique to Ash? Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always... Folk first settled Dalamil to get it, and if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities.
Bloody hell! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths.
Looks like I've got some learning, Clive. I hate to ask of...
Limestone? Fine. Besides, I want to know if this is the answer to Lubor's little riddle.
I can't... You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in the terrace.
Then I suppose I'll meet...
Right you are. So, do you crush it up, or just... throw it in the fire?
That'll do, girl.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
The finest fabric!
The most fragrant herbs
needed
to a silken softness. Like eating a cloud with a crust.
Everything I've worked for. All those years of toil. Every coin.
Are you all right?
The baths are closed. Leave me be.
On second thought,
Perhaps you are just what I need.
That depends on the job.
I'd have you save my business, the baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the I've no doubt that my woes stem from the waters. But I can't go and investigate for fear of my customers. I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one. I beg of you. Go to Dusnoff Terraces.
All right.
Wonderful. Leave the market by the south gate. The smell of sulphur will guide these baths. Are all that keep me from an ignoble... My livelihood, my very life... In all my years tending the baths, I've never known anything like this to happen.
Silver platter, sweet incense. What?
Well, we can make our way back to the fang.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
I've got a crystal. So long as we stay out of the Deadlands, we'll...
What do you want? Directions? Either take this road to the Fang, or piss off back the way you came.
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglected to ask. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists. Selmeki and Walud are allies, and as you have seen, their soldiers were. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barrack.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. A man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for...
Isn't there all...
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the... I've lost one Cid already. If I lose another...
I don't plan on dying.
Well, so long as you have a plan.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
Come on, girl. The gate's open now. We can press on. Don't tell me you put down roots.
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what Sava needs.
How do? Trader, are you? Seeking your fortune down in the golden sands of Dalamil? From mercantile stock myself, as it happens. You'd never guess. I was born just down the road in Dravost. And like me old ma and pa, I've been wandering the world hunting Gilbard's blessing ever since. Reckon I might have found it, too. Heard about the famous healing. All those things.
Good girl.
Faster!
You deserve a rest.
Something awful's taken up residence in the springs. You'll turn back if you know what's good for you.
By the flames. That explains the heat. Let's cool things down a bit. Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling.
There he is. The man who saved my business. I was hoping we'd be seeing you again. The baths grow more bearable by the moment. It won't be long now before we are...
I'm glad to hear it.
Now, tell me this. What did you find at the terraces?
Not what I expected, that's for certain.
You tell a fine story. That's not to say I don't believe you, though. Creatures made of flame, eh? But I burdened you with my worries enough already. Right. It's high time I got back to work. It's just as well I sent you to the terraces in my stead. It sounds like I'd have been...
The, scrubbing is almost finished. We appreciate your patience.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Take a sniff, good sir.
The finest fabrics. Fresh from
I hear you and the Master are working together now. Glad to have you on board.
I wasn't sure how much you... but I hope this is...
You are one of the good ones. You and that merchant boat, she's got... Now, time to see it. That'll do, I reckon. A knife forged from the very rocks of Dalamil.
It's a fine-looking blade.
I only hope Master Lubor agrees.
That sounds like my cue. And just as well. I was getting tired of waiting.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine...
But what do you think?
What do I think indeed? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long and it's heavy. Heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that's...
And I was so certain.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time it took me, I would say you could demand a heavy purse.
And who would be able to pay that? The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn? Dalamil is home to humble traders, not wealth. Rule number one in any business.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is just about par. I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your...
I will. What would you do if you...
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
There goes a master, all right.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Masters. The spirit of Dalamil had nothing. Meaning, I had you run around for no good reason.
You've passed your test. That's all that matters. You'll have a forge of your own in no time.
And when I do, I'll craft you the finest carving knife you have ever seen. Thank you, Clive.
Is it true what I'm...
My carpets? Yes, they're quite soft. Light, neat and dark. Fresh
Sweet incense. Wax candle.
This is no time to ride.
We should get going soon.
Come on, girl, the gate's open now, we can press on.
get that damned wagon fixed. Unless you'd rather our men in Dalamil starved.
The axle's gone, Captain. There's nothing I can do.
Broken down, you say? From the weight of its load?
Aye. The guards are furious about it. You do well to steer clear.
Well, if it's blocking the road, it'd be a wasted journey anyway.
There it is. Drake's Fang.
Kupka will be hiding inside.
Along with goodness knows how many guards, all on highest alert. You'll need to keep your wits about you if you're to reach him. So be careful.
I will, Uncle.
Before you go, Clive, allow me to apologize. After what befell at Phoenix Gate and the crisis that followed in its wake, I fled. I retreated to my counting house and danced attendance upon the vicereine in the hope it would bring me favor. I betrayed my nation to save my skin, like the coward I am. And I'm sorry.
Uncle, please.
It's not too late, Clive. Rosaria is yours by right, and there are those that would help you to take it back. Had I the courage of my brother, I might already have done so. But that ship has sailed. You, however...
No. Forgive me, but I cannot. I fight to build a new world now. A better world. Where men can live and die on their own terms. I was raised in a nation that strove to improve the plight of bearers. Only later did I realize that spark of freedom did not arise by chance, but was kindled by my father. You would see me follow in his footsteps. And that is exactly what I mean to do. Not by ruling Rosaria, but by extending his ideals to the whole of the twins. Though every soul in the realm may judge my actions heresy, I am certain my cause is just.
You really are just like him, you know. Thank you, Clive, for coming back to me. I am proud to call you nephew. Well then, this is where we must part ways. Wish me luck in convincing my Canvarian friend to share his considerable talents. I mean to plunder his coffers and prove myself worthy of a place in your merry band. Till then, my boy.
Till then, go safely, Uncle.
And you, nephew. We have much to catch up on, you and I. I shall expect you to regale me with the tales of all your adventures when next we meet. You can regale me too, Torgal.
I'm coming for you, Kupka.